I read the scripture in John because when Jesus came along, John was the man. He had the crowd, he had the name, he had the audience, he had the power, he had the brand, he was unique, he was authentic, he was creative. Jesus said there was none like John. But the truth of the matter is God gave John his platform so that he would be smart enough to know when to pass it on. And after 30 years of ministering Woman Heart Loose and 45.
Well, so that was the video of T.D. Jakes handing over the mantle to his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts. So he's no longer the head pastor of his church, but now his daughter. And our guests are already seated. Let me introduce them and then ask their opinion of what we just watched. So on my left is Lady Chatty. I can tell she talks a lot and sings a lot for God. And also on my left is Emma B, Emerald Boatin, but she says we should call her Emma B. And Rick Samuels, he says the Samuels is all the Samuels in the Bible combined together. You're imbibed in him. So yes, Rick Samuels, they are our guests today. And today we are looking at the future of the gospel industry. But before we have that discussion, let me take their opinions. Let me start with you, Emma. What's your opinion of what we just watched? I mean, T.D. Jakes handling over the mantle to his daughter.
I love it. I'm happy. I'm happy for her. And I wish her all the best and for God to lead her to also become a great woman of God as her father is.
I mean, you are U.S. born Ghanaian gospel musician, so I like your accent though. Anyways, Rick, what about you?
Okay.
Ghanaian born.
This is the end times, and God is raising, prophetically, God is raising generals, and especially they are women. And God is lifting women. So I believe that the man of God saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, there is something like that, and gave it over to the daughter. So.
Lady Chatty.
I mean, I feel it's the right thing because if you had watched the full video, you hear the dad say he's been pastoring the church for over 40 years, and the daughter, he sees the capabilities in the daughter, so she's worth of the position.
And I like the fact that he said that it's not a family, property,
inheritance.
but God led him to, pass over the mantle to her. And she's a great preacher, so the Girls Generals has received another lady, and I'm sure she's going to do excellently well. Now let's start with our discussion, the future of gospel industry. And we are looking at this on the background of comparing it to the secular world, or the secular industry. They are doing very well. When it comes to Ghana here, there's a lot that needs to be addressed when it comes to gospel industry. First off, they don't want to even be categorized under certain, labels, urban gospel performer, minister, and all that. But no, today we are looking at really how should we see the gospel industry, and we'll look at also some of the things that can help us or help the industry, boost the industry, especially for those up and coming, so that they can equally benefit from the industry. So let me start with MAU. You were born in the U.S., you've lived there in Ghana, but you are in the U.S., right? Thank you for that correction. You've been in the U.S. for a while now, right?
Yes.
Yes. So how is that industry over there? When it comes to the gospel industry in the U.S. compared to Ghana, your general overview of it.
I would say that the gospel artists in the U.S. are definitely loved. They're definitely loved and appreciated by the church. I think the gospel artists there also blend a lot. They blend a lot of the different, I would say the different trends of music. They take different genres and they blend it with the gospel, so it makes their music very enjoyable when you listen to it. And I think it's possibly the same here with the Ghana artists. I believe that everybody just does what God leads them to do. So comparing the U.S. gospel artists and the Ghana gospel artists, they're all still gospel artists.
They're also gospel artists.
Yes.
Rick, looking at how long have you been doing music, gospel music?
10 years.
10 years. And have you seen any significant change in your part when you started doing music?
Yes. You see, it's a little over 10 years. The way we used to do the gospel music, I think things have changed now. We are looking at the world stage. And I've been learning from our seniors.
Yeah.
And when you look at how they release their albums, when you watch the videos, I believe that they've learned a lot from the Western world, how it's not everything that you have to be at the beach, everything that you have to stand by the flower and the rest, you see. So they can have a very big auditorium and then have some few people and they will have a very beautiful video. Joe Mettle, recently MOG also did his, and it's amazing. So I believe we are learning and we are growing.
Chatty, Lady Chatty. I went through your YouTube channel and it was mostly worship. And now, as MAB says, in the US, as she compared it to Ghana as well, we usually do different genres. Even when it comes to gospel, it's not always the contemporary traditional gospel music. We're able to mix them up and all that. Why, on your part, why is it only worship that I see?
Okay, so I don't really do just worship, but I think the world is evolving and we are adjusting and we are learning. And when it comes to artistry or a person as an artist, everybody has a stronghold. Some people are very good when it comes to doing danceable songs, and I feel that I'm a great worshiper and I connect easily when it comes to worship. So I really love to worship more, not necessarily me not being able to do the other one, but I love to do the worship more.
So are you saying, for instance, if MEB is doing a show, in terms of arrangements, she needs to consider you that as a worshiper, you need to begin the show because there is somebody who is going to do a part of maybe the party type, or there's somebody who is going to do the mid-tempo. Do you think gospel artists, you consider those things when you are being invited to shows? Let's say, I'm using her as an example, when she's doing a show as a lead person. Do you think you understand the fact that you have to be a curtainer because you are more of a worshiper?
Yes, I think so. You know, when it comes to music, not everybody is good with a certain part of, when it comes to urban gospel, not everybody is able to do the contemporary kind of singing. So if somebody is organizing a contemporary program and he would want to put somebody that does traditional way of singing, I think it wouldn't really fit in like that. So they should consider.
If it's going to be difficult to fit it in, then I wouldn't say the future is bright, because if different variation of genres under the gospel should be able to come together collectively to run a show, at the end game, you already have your numbers. The church is already there. It's the message. So if you can't make sacrifices in blending to do it, then really we don't have a future.
I think we are learning though.
You agree with that because like I wanted to you have
Okay, she can.
so
Ladies first. Come on, go ahead.
But you know, it's
you are
a
in America,
conversation,
okay,
so we don't
right.
always have to wait
so
for me to
anybody can come. But
ask
then I
you a
wanted-
question first. You need
Right.
to chip in if you have something to say.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But then I wanted to know, from your background and everything, looking at Ghana music industry, at least, you have, though you were there, you have seen certain things here that is happening, how they do their thing. She was even explaining that, worshippers would have to start first before others. I do think that we actually have a bright future, because I could see you were nodding to what Kuka was saying.
Oh no, I do believe we have a bright future. I was only nodding because I understand what he was saying about all of us
Exactly.
working together and blending the genres is important. We shouldn't say that just because, worship should come first and then everything else comes. I believe it should be mixed up because the message is still the same. We are still promoting God's word.
Okay, so Rick, what do you think about this whole thing? Do you think
I
there's a future?
side with Coca.
Okay.
What he was saying, if you want to get somewhere, you need to write well, because your content and then the genre of music that you are doing, especially gospel that we are talking about, you have to make sure that you can fit in everywhere. You see, for example, I lead worship at church. When you call me, I will do it for you. When there is an urban show, when you call me, I will nail it for you. When there is, even if the secular, they are having what we call, let's say, over the weekend they did
Citizen
the that festival. If you put me there, I know what I will do there.
fit in, yeah.
You see, and we learn over the years.
Yeah.
You see how the thing is. So I believe what he was saying, that it is better that you grow outside the box so that you can fit in everywhere should they call you for.
But do you also understand the fact that some of the titles you give to your shows limit you?
Exactly.
Do you believe that? That some of the titles you give to a show, the name of the show, biblically, when you read and you look at even the artists you have arranged, it defeats the purpose of the name. Do you also agree that?
Yeah. The
Yes,
theme,
I think
like
so.
the theme for
Okay,
the show.
I'll be glad if you can give examples so that our
You
viewers
see somebody will
can
say,
relate.
in the steps of the Lord. Right. In the steps of the Lord, it's a scripture. But the kind of artist he arranged will not fit in the theme and the title that is supposed to do. So you see that you go to the show and the show is either noisy or is a solemn or is a classy show, but the lead character is out of the boundaries he's created for themselves. So if you look at all this, my question would be again, do you still think, looking at all these things, will we have a future?
Yes, I think we do. Because over the years, I think we are learning there's so much improvement when it comes to the business side of music, when it comes to a lot of things are changing. A lot of things are changing. During back the days, a pastor will call you and would want you to come and sing for free. But I think now they understand that.
What do they understand?
They
That
understand that
the bread and a meat pie and ice cream should reduce?
no, I think now they understand that when you are being invited, they are supposed to honor you by giving you money.
So they do give you money.
Yes,
right?
they do.
Do you request a certain amount or whatever they give you, or just
I
accept it?
haven't
They
actually.
are scared to demand.
Right.
Yes, because once you demand, you are being tagged a certain way because we claim we are doing gospel music.
Then
Forgetting
that needs to change. If
Exactly.
we're really
Forgetting
looking
that
at
there's a
the
business side.
In the States,
future of the gospel
if you're going
music
to
industry.
perform in a church, what will be your agreement or conversation with the church you're going to perform with?
Well, as of right now, I'm not ministering for money. I don't do it for the money. I do it because of my love of God and for
The
the
Ghanaian
music.
blood is in you.
Right.
True.
I don't, but I do also believe that if you are going somewhere, you've been invited to go and minister somewhere, you should still be honored by the pastor. So it's not a matter of telling them that I want to be paid 100 or 200 or this amount, but it's a matter of they should also be able to honor you by giving you an amount.
So
that
how do
they
I
see as
put premium on you? How do I put premium on you to say that you're worth this or you're worth that? How do I put premium on you so that you're coming to my church? I should be able to know what you're worth to be able to give you. If you don't tell me, how would I know?
I believe that all pastors should allow the Spirit of God to talk to them. We can't put the worth on. We cannot put the worth on people and gospel artists because you can't compare someone who's up and coming to somebody who's all the way
Exactly.
at the top. We should all be treated with respect and with honor because we still do everything we do for God.
Then if
Right.
that is the case, then I think we should be able to come out clear that, oh, okay, I'm going for this show, but then I need this particular amount to be paid to me. Because you see, sometimes we say that, oh, I wouldn't want to mention the price, I wouldn't want to do this. But then again, after everything, we come back and complain that we are not treated right.
True.
Okay. You see, when we are going for a show like this, you let the people know that, okay, I'm coming with this BVs and this instrumentalists. Okay, so if you can sort out these people for us, why not?
I mean, till
Being a manager, if you tell me to sort out, I look at what you eat and your transportation. Now, it is based on my valuation. If I give you and you go to the people you're supposed to work with and it doesn't go work with you, it doesn't go well with them, do you think we will have the kind of ministration or performance we need to have? Do you think there will be a mutual benefit?
This is a personal thing. Okay, this is a personal thing. You see, it's unfortunate that most of us are going through that challenge, but I believe that with time, things will change.
I mean, I think it's a fortune. You have
And
given
maybe,
that.
are you
that
under
level.
any record label or
No, I am
management?
not.
So how do you fund your work?
Actually, I fund it through my normal job every day, and then through the help of my dad as well, who's over there.
So imagine that you have a plant, let's say cocoa, and you fertilize it, you water it, and it doesn't yield fruit for you. How are you going to harvest that cocoa and plant more? I'm saying this because you're not doing it for money. But obviously, when you go to the studio, you record. It's not free.
Exactly.
You put your stuff on online streams platforms. It's not free to upload those things. I mean, you
Exactly.
need people. You pay people to
Yep.
help
Yeah.
you promote your stuff. So how then do you do it for free?
Well, it's because I don't put all my eggs in one basket. By the grace of God, I go to school, but I also have a normal job at a bank, and I'm also in the U.S. Army. So I have
Okay,
multiple
that's
streams.
I see.
I have multiple streams of income. So by having those multiple streams of income, I'm able to focus on just doing it for God and not focusing on the money. Because once you start to focus on the money and the payments, now you're no longer doing it out of the Spirit. The Spirit of God can no longer move.
I beg to differ
Right,
with that one.
immediately-
I mean, you can
No, but then, Harriet,
you can do it
I am
and still be focused on
good.
God.
Right.
So how do you sustain your band you work with? How do you sustain your band?
Especially
I
those who
don't
don't
have
even
one.
have a job along.
How do you?
Yes,
so
I'm
when you're
sure-
going to
I'm
play
sure
a
doing that
for
show,
God.
when you're going to play a show, and it goes to all of you. Let's say I have a concert and I invite you. You have to come with your BVs and your bands and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you sustain them? Your rehearsals, I mean, their movement. How do you coordinate their clothing and everything for a beautiful, awesome performance? For a kind of imagery you want your brand to have. How do you do that?
I think they will sort themselves out.
No, I mean, I
Like-
think that is when the management stuff comes in. Because if you have proper management, nobody will come to you directly. The person would have to go through your manager. And your manager would negotiate on your behalf. And I think he will price on what he thinks you are worth.
Yes.
But when it comes to Yenya, like we that we are coming,
Yes.
I mean, some of them think we are not even worth what we would want to ask. So sometimes it makes it very difficult till you become there.
But the person called you.
Yes, they think
Right.
You,
So what was the
you are
purpose of calling me
capable.
if you
are
don't think I'm
capable-
worthy of that?
You are capable of doing the same thing as the A-list artist will do. But since they do not want to give you what
Because you've not received awards, you're not getting the
It's
numbers,
difficult.
the
It's
streams,
difficult.
and
Is
all
it
that.
easy to get features?
in our industry, if you are not a favorite, I'm being honest and transparent and straightforward as possible. If you are not a favorite, it's even difficult to be.
What
on
makes you a
certain-
favorite?
And a favorite of which
certain
people?
Stages. Okay, so if you are fortunate and you are able to trend. Let's say you release a video and you trend and people are calling
love
you
it.
and
Getting the
people love
awards.
you. You have people
But
calling
I
you.
feel that love and connection, you need to build it for yourself.
Exactly.
True.
You need to build for yourself.
Exactly.
So if you become a favorite based on good work, the follow-up is, do you get features from the elderly ones, the matured ones? Do you
Yeah.
get features from them? And how easy is it?
It is not easy like that. It is not easy like that. what I have learned is that personally, I'm working on my visibility. Okay, I'm working on that. The social media platforms, I'm working on that. Then I'm connecting with them. Recently on Facebook, I was able to have 15,000 followers. Okay, yes, I was able to have 15,000 followers, and I engage them. You see, and it is growing. Now they are waiting for my offer. What do I have to offer? Okay, that is my music. So I have placed one of over the weekend I am experience. Sorry, I did a program that I do it every year. I am experience, and I played a short video there, and I've seen that people are sharing it, and I'm getting a lot of views. So when you continue with this, when the artist comes, this man told me something, Ninoy. He said that you have to make sure that people get to know you. People get to know you. They connect with you.
Get to experience you.
Exactly.
Yes.
They get to know you. They have to feel you. And that is one of the things I love about MOG. Okay, one of the things I love about him, he will engage you. You see, he will engage you. That is who he is. You see. So when you do this thing, it helps the other people. Okay, this guy, he's good. Okay, let's do something with him. It's good.
Do they charge you if they want to feature you? If you want to feature them, do they charge you?
Depending, you see, when you are good, when they listen to the song and they know you are good, when they know that the song is nice,
And sometimes
they'll
on the
feature.
relationship they have with
They
you.
will feature.
Have you
don't charge a
have you
penny.
gone out for a feature? Have you asked somebody for a feature yet?
Not yet.
But if you should look at our market, who should be your top 5 you like to do work with?
Honestly, I'm open to work with any of the Ghana gospel artists. I believe that they all have something special about them and their music.
Okay.
So it's
which
a
means
great
that-
opportunity. So you have to work with them.
Yeah.
Rick Samuels and Lady Chatty. You guys
Exactly.
should bring up something. But our conversation, we just want to establish the fact that the gospel music industry has a future. I mean, they have the numbers as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to the churches,
Yeah.
and a lot of people listen to gospel. I
Yeah.
kid you not.
Yeah.
A lot of people
If
listen
you can
to
do a
gospel.
whole movement to
Yes.
win 2 awards,
Yes.
then there is a future. But how are you taking advantage of all these numbers? How are you taking advantage of the audience? Sunday, Saturday evening, you know how our environment is. The church is there. How many gospel artists take advantage of their churches to say that I'm performing here, I'm performing here, I'm performing here? How are you really harnessing that future we say is available?
Okay. Like I said, she has her own ministry. She has her own ministry as well. I have mine as well. Okay. So everybody does what they have planned, what they have scheduled. Okay, I'm talking about mine.
Yeah.
I have annual programs. Annual program, which is I Am Experience. Okay, every September, and then
So it
do
means
what we
you've done
call-
it already?
Yes, Sunday. I did it on Sunday. It was a live stream. And weekly, I do what we call the lifestyle worship. You see,
What is it about?
okay, it's just about making worship your lifestyle. Okay, yeah, lifestyle worship. So
Do you
I go on
feature
Facebook.
people?
I go on Facebook and I just pray with them, and they engage. I worship
Like the
with
Alpha
them.
R.
Yes, exactly.
Do you do with live performance or you
Yes, live.
live music?
Yeah, live.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I do. You see, and this is helping for us to grow. And I believe our seniors who are there, they also started like us. So we are looking at them. I am looking at them, and I am learning a lot from them. The likes of Ohima Messi, the likes of, I've mentioned Joe Metal. Sonny Badu is not in Ghana, but I've learned a lot from him. Some time ago, he said something. He said that if you invite me for a show, you must understand that you pay big. Because, yes, and he made vivid points. I'm bringing bodyguards,
Yeah, because he knows
police
his
escorts,
value.
and all those
Yeah.
things. You see, and he had a point for saying all
You
these things.
serve a God who out of nowhere plugged you, made you who you are, and you need security guards,
Look at
then
that
I don't
one
think you
there.
are in the right
No,
religion.
I don't agree with
what-
you.
what-
I don't
what-
agree with you at all.
Because if you believe,
It's
well,
people-
It's like
I mean,
Jesus
you
saying
believe
that
in your God.
No,
you should believe
wrong.
in His protection.
No, it's like Jesus
Boss,
saying
let
that
me
we,
land.
should, we can
So
drink poison
when-
and won't die, and then it means that you have to literally take.
Harriet,
No, the
so
fact
then
that we are
when he's going
protected
to
doesn't
sleep,
mean.
he needs to give his life to somebody so that the
Do
person
you-
will come and restore him
He-
before he
no,
wakes
you
up.
know,
He
he
knows
said
his
that.
value. He knows the reason why he needs
If you
those
have
bodyguards.
God and you know the one
It's a
you
lie.
serve,
Look, be
some
there.
of these things, material
Then be
things, you
expecting
don't
that
push it.
God will do it, and
You see, what
you
what
die.
You're a Christian.
It's a lie.
what you
It's a
said,
lie.
what you said,
Because
okay,
sometimes
what you
the
said
bodyguards are poison. That was
is
No,
a half
there's
truth.
nothing wrong with
The reason why I'm
I
saying
am
that
happy
is
you
a-
are coming out of your shell.
What I'm saying,
I
what
don't
you
really
said
like
is a
that.
half truth.
Yes.
The reason why I'm saying it's a half truth is this. Okay, God has given us wisdom.
Yes.
Okay, so we must apply it.
Yes.
Okay, we are gospel
And he created you in his
musicians.
own image.
Exactly,
So wherever
you are right.
he is there with you.
He is there
he
with
knows
us.
What, he
Exactly.
said what? He knew you before you were born. So what are you telling me that?
You
you
see
need
that?
to
Why
be
did
the
he
guy?
use
You
Joseph?
see
Wait,
that?
honestly, don't
You
lie
see
about
that
it.
when we
Why
are
did
having
Joseph stay in
In Potiphar's house.
Potiphar's? No, baby
Okay.
Jesus. Why did he run away with baby Jesus?
wisdom,
But-
because they would have
Wisdom,
killed
when he
him.
knew that Harold was after him.
That's what I'm saying.
He
that-
should have been, because that was baby Jesus. That was
Exactly.
baby
That-
God.
that-
Then he
God spoke to
there's
him,
nothing
and they
wrong
have to
with
flee.
having a-
I think
You are comparing two
he-
different
I think
things.
he has to
No, we are
understand
not.
that
Honestly,
when
we are
it
not.
comes
There's nothing
to
wrong with having a bodyguard.
branding, right?
There's nothing wrong. Somebody can just rob you.
When an artist,
You see,
I am
But
not.
if you're really working
Aside
with
being
God,
a Christian, he's a celebrity.
exactly.
Yes, and
Exactly.
people will want to harm him.
exactly, people
Maybe
will-
spiritually, God is
what
there
he
for
has
him.
established.
Okay.
You should know where you do your godly things and where you do your fancy things.
There's nothing. There's
And you
no.
can't stand in the path of God to declare fancy life. It is wrong.
You're right.
Fancy
What you're
He's
saying,
not
is
right.
you can't.
Well, like Samuel,
you see,
he's
you-
not right.
You see,
He's
the
not
reason
right.
I'm saying that he's right on this one is that you can't live a lifestyle to please the world.
Because you
And
told me,
how
you told me that it's about
but-
God.
How is Sonny
But-
Badu living life
when
to
it comes
please
to
the
money,
world?
they are running
Sonny Badu
away
is not living
But
life to
no, I'm just saying.
please the world.
I'm just saying
There are
that.
pastors that have bodyguards. What about that
Yeah.
one too?
You see,
And then there are
the
pastors
reason
that
why
have
you have
bodyguards, and
bodyguards.
they are real men
He
of
said
God, they are
something.
known as well.
Sonny Badu said something. He said that when he goes for a show like this, they will give him a hotel room. He won't choose that one. He'll go and take
Yeah.
another one.
for personal reasons.
You see, for security reasons.
Right, but then he wouldn't
You
go.
see,
And we take
and this is
very
wisdom.
lightly.
We shouldn't lose focus on it.
Anyway,
Let's maintain.
No,
Let's go back.
time is
And my
fast
point is
spent.
that-
I would really like that you talk about your upcoming project. I mean, that is another reason why
Oh,
you
okay,
are here.
okay,
So,
okay.
Rick, since you are the one talking right now,
Okay.
start with your
Okay.
upcoming projects.
Over the weekend, I had I Am experience, and it was beautiful. It was amazing, and I have this upcoming song that will be releasing in December. It's powerful. Trust me.
When you
It's
release
powerful.
it, let's have the video and let's also support you.
Okay, please, I'll do
Yeah.
just that. God bless you. And I'm looking forward. And a big artist wants to, feature, and I'm praying that.
I'm happy.
Who is that?
I pray a big artist should be big
want
as
to-
you see it. Oh, why? I'm being honest. Because sometimes what we see big might not be big.
Right.
But when we live in the presence of He who made us who we are, we need to go for the ultimate. So I'm praying that He goes for the ultimate. So that you
Yeah.
also become the light people will look up to, so that you also impact. Yeah. So what are you doing now?
What about you?
Currently, I'm here in Ghana to promote Miracle God for more people to hear it. But of course, I also have more projects coming very, very, very soon.
So
It's in
currently,
the
how many
works.
songs do you have?
I have 2 songs out now, Who Am I and Miracle God.
Lady Charty.
So I have an upcoming live worship experience program on the 2nd of October at the Parish Chapel, Zoeland Mataiko. And Estopoko is on bail. My mother, Nasewo Ophelia, is on bail. I would want to bring my sister here on bail since she's in Ghana. I would want to give her the opportunity to come and minister. And a few other wonderful upcoming artists, Queen Darlene, they're all amazing. Yeah.
That's great.
Mataiko, 4 p.m. sharp. Yes, by 8:30 we are done.
I guess
So you
it's
mean
free.
you won't be late?
No, I'm not going to be late. I'm going to be there on time.
I guess
And
it's
then it will
free,
start
right?
on time.
It will start on time.
Nobody
the
will
red
be held
carpet,
responsible.
the red
Chancy,
carpet,
I guess it's free, right?
it's free.
Look at that. That's what we're
It's,
talking
I,
about.
I was so fortunate.
No, Christians, they run NGO. So
No, not necessarily. You know, we have some people that has the kingdom of God, like the kingdom business that has.
So you're supporting.
Yes, I
Okay.
had one Osaberima logistics
I
company
hope
man.
their universities become free.
One Mr. Suman and a few people
Today's
who are
gospel,
supporting
please.
Mr. Coker. They're supporting, so we don't actually have to take a gate fee to come
Okay.
and worship.
The
But
day
even
God
before
will
we
touch my
go-
heart to become a Christian, a
Are you
gospel.
a pagan? I think-
Sorry, to
are you a
become a
pagan?
gospel artist. All number was a fig.
Yeah, but then before we go, you know, I think that a lot of gospel artists would want to be paid right,
Yeah.
but then they just of fear of being tagged. That's why they run away from you
Yeah,
know
me, I want to
naming
charge, but I'm
right.
scared.
So
Then
you
there's
don't
a
want to
long-
be tagged.
then
So
we
I
have a
think
long way
that
to go.
right, and
We
we should
have a
work
long
around.
way to
Maybe
go.
you know we should get the right management who should do these things for them so that they
Yeah.
can be in their
Coker
corner.
was
and then
supposed to be
they-
my
they were, and then
supposed manager, and
It
he
didn't-
ran away.
I'm
He
glad it's
left
still
me.
supposed.
My supposed manager, he ran away. He left me. As a matter
He'll
of
come
fact,
back, he'll come
he
back.
doesn't even pick calls. I mean,
your calls, you mean? Oh,
Subaya, no,
calls.
no.
Okay, hopefully
My mom
it will
has
change
told
from
me
there.
3 months.
But yes, I hope we did establish that indeed there is a future for the gospel industry. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. We hope to have you
Thank you too.
again when your new songs and
Yeah.
videos come up. We are
bring it.
always here for you. Helen.
Yes, it's been a great discussion right here, and then yes, we've established the fact that there's a future, and hopefully we hope that you know the new Brace will be doing great, and then putting the name of the Lord up there.
Amen.
It's been a good afternoon, a very great one here. My name is Helen Anyeweja, and I did this with Harriet Adi.
Thank you.
And also Coca, one was Coca, right? So we have to go now, but then tomorrow we'll be coming your way again with entertainment review right here on Metro Television. Have a very good afternoon.